Hey guys, Axis Level here. The video you guys are about to watch was meant to be my 0 subscriber special. It is the first video I ever recorded with the intention of putting it up on YouTube. Big shout out to my bro, Camera Mike, for making it possible, for showing up at the last minute and setting up that impromptu stage in his garage. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the video.
You know, it takes a few takes for me, like the thing to get into, like, you know, to get the flow on. Yo, not only that, but just to get comfortable with the camera. Because right now I do feel like, you know, but
your máscara.
You
should definitely put the tripod.
I know, you're gonna get tired too, and the camera does feel heavy after a while. All right. So I didn't write a script, so I'm just going off the top of my head. All right. Thank you guys for clicking, whoever clicked, on the link that I posted probably on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or the people that I texted directly. Welcome to a 0 subscriber special. For that, we're gonna build the computer that this video is gonna be edited on. I got this build for this computer completely off of Linus Tech Tips. They have the video. I'll probably link it in the description if we know how to do that. But we're basically gonna build a computer that's capable of editing 4K video, and it's mostly based off of Ryzen and AMD hardware. You know? For this build, we're gonna use an MSI AMD motherboard, B450, 8 Pro Max. I don't really know the specifics of why they're doing it. I'm not really a computer guy, but I'm assuming it's because it was cheap. It was like $100, and the build's supposed to be under $1,000. So let's open it up, see what's in there. Motherboard, the electrostatic bag. I don't know if I'm like static-ized or whatever, but let's look at this thing. This is the first time of me looking at a motherboard, so we're gonna set it on the box because it's supposed to be safe to work on there. And that's it. The processor, where the processor goes, the graphics card, where the RAM cards go. Open those up because we're gonna need those. And let's start putting this baby together. So for this build, again, it's a budget build. We chose AMD Ryzen 5 3600. It's 6-core 12-thread processor. The other video explains it more than I do, but again, I mean, you get a big box. It comes with a cooler, and it comes with a processing chip. There's a chip. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and install it. Right. And basically, what they said in the video is that these things are supposed. Take a picture. All right, it's okay. Is it still recording? All right. Basically, you're just supposed to drop these things into place. Look at where there's a little golden triangle, but I don't see any golden triangle. Huh. Instructions not clear. I got my penis stuck in a pencil sharpener. Oh, the video said that you just drop it. You're not supposed to put any pressure on it, and it will just fall into place. Oh, and it seems like it's falling into place. Move it around, make sure that it's like there, and then you just basically take it and lock it. Is it locked? No, it still comes off. Huh. Oh, there you go. Now, okay, there we go. Is it there? Is it there? And yep, it's firmly locked into place. So basically, there's a fan that came with the CPU, and it's gonna help it stay cold so that when you turn it on and you're running like very hard applications, it doesn't overheat and melt your motherboard. Mount it onto the screws. There you go. It said like screw in a star pattern. Little bit. Is it lining up? I hope so. Yep, lining up. It's all part of the process, guys. You sometimes just hit the board with your screwdriver. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Make sure that this thing goes in there right. It's all part of the process, guys. Tell yourself that until the computer's done being built. It's not part of the process. Okay, I gotta loosen some screws because I turn on some more than others. This is why you buy your computers pre-built, guys. This whole building your own computer, that's like dream, you know? That's normies that dream too much and like flew too close to the sun, man. All right, seems like they're all in. All right, cool. All right, a little bit at a time now. And this doesn't all have to go in there. We can like time lapse it, but that's good. I think it's that squeaking sound that trips me out the most because I don't know what the hell's going on, you know? Didn't hit it. Did not hit it. I did not.
Oh, hi,
hey,
Mark.
That's a reference to the room for you youngsters out there. And it seems like it's there. It's in place. There we go. Fan is in there. And just to get ahead of ourselves, we're gonna plug the fan into the power supply that it's supposed to go into. Ready, tighty, like Lucy. Oh yeah, there you go. It goes in there. Don't to use too much force because you don't want to bend the pins. Gotta be gentle with it. Oh, there we go. All right, for our RAM, the video recommends 16 gigabytes, but the 32 gigabytes of RAM was like only $20 more, and it was still way under budget. Like it still kept it at under $1,000. So I ended up going with their 32 gigabyte pack, the rib jaws. The read speed is what something you have to look for, 3200. The processor can go up to 3600, but I couldn't find anything for 36. I don't know if it's not because I didn't look hard enough. But yeah, let's go ahead and install this. Let me see if I drop this, like I dropped the cooler. There you go. RAM card number 1. Pretty sure it doesn't bend that way. These things are on there. There we go. RAM card number 1. Make sure it goes in there, make sure it goes in the slot. Am I putting it the right way? Yeah. Cool. Is it in there? No, once it's not in there. You press it down gently on it until the components click on it. Is it not going in because it doesn't fit, or what is that? I think it matters what side it goes on. Oh damn! You do actually need kind of a bit of force to get those in there. Just a quick note, because it's not like the CPU where it's just gonna like fall into place. You actually do need to force it in there, and there you go. The RAM's in. That's in. What else goes next? For our solid state drive, we're going with the Sabrent Rocket NVMe PCIe M2. I don't really know what any of that means, but they use it in their videos, so we're gonna use it in ours. Unfortunately, I misunderstood the rules and I bought 2 when you actually only need 1. And so, you know, let's just skip all that and let's just install it, man. Let's just make it happen. There's a little tin that's kind of hard to pull out. There we go. There's a little chip. We bought 2 thinking that, you know, this thing took 2 and we were struggling for like half an hour trying to put it in there. But you guys didn't see none of that because that's removed in post. We put the chip in there, right? Now, one of the things that didn't come out in the build video was the fact that this comes off, right? You remove it. And for the sake of this, I'm actually gonna take this off first. You remove it, you place it where your chip's gonna be, which is there, right? Then you put your chip in. Right? And with your little M2 screw that should have come with your motherboard, you hold it down. Unfortunately, I don't have a magnetized screwdriver, so this part's gonna be kind of sketchy. You use a screw to pin the solid state drive against the motherboard, as such. And there you go. So for the case, again, we followed their build guide. We went the fractal design. I bought it on Target just because if something's wrong with the case, I can just go to Target, return it. I know that in this COVID times, you know, it might have been closed like 3 weeks ago, but it's open now. So let's pull this B out. All right, gonna flip this one around. Drop it on top of my hard drive. Testing how hard that hard drive is. Dropping shit. I'm pretty sure we're gonna remove that in post. There we go. There we go. All right. This thing is like a bare bones thing, man. It doesn't look as full as it did in the any of the videos. It's upside down. Or it's right side up. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, see, there you go. This is it. This is the case. Bit uneven, but hey, we'll make it work. And I believe that this is the panel that comes off. These are the screws. Oh, there you go. Now that the case has been opened up and getting ready, you can drop in our motherboard. Careful not to like scratch up any of the sides. Make sure it lines up with your I/O plate. Goes in well. A little bit of pressure just to make sure that it's like getting on there. Alright, just make sure you tighten your screws. The ones that hold the motherboard onto your case to make the magic happen somewhere else. Drop one. That's why 8 come in the case. I mean, I've been drinking some frustration juice, but don't try that at home while you're building a computer. Oh, frustration juice. Here we go, there's one. I'm going with a bit of a hybrid star pattern, mostly because I don't know if you guys have heard Linkin Park music. I don't know if anybody's that old yet, but one step closer to the edge and I'm about to break, man. And I'm pretty sure the motherboard feels the same way, because I've been bending and dropping this shit, man. One little screw there. Just gotta keep on trying sometimes, man. Here's another old reference. I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to know Joe Dirt. You sometimes you just gotta keep on keeping on, man. There you go, that one gripped it nice and tight. The case protected it. Next is the graphics card. With this processor, you need a discrete graphic processor. So we bought the GeForce GTX 1650. It was like 150 bucks, man. Honestly, I saw some reviews about AMD's own graphics card within the same price range. I saw some mixed reviews. It said you need an external heating or cooling fan. And I'll be honest with you, since I was trying to keep this budget, I just ended up going with this one. I'm not planning on playing video games with it. It's mostly strictly video editing. So, you know, we'll make do with what we got, man. Make sure you pop it in. It's real scary when you're first putting it in there because you hear a lot of creaking and you hear a lot of noises that makes you think like, damn, dude, this thing's gonna like break. But you just gotta have faith, man. Faith in the components. I hear a little click. That part's good. Yeah. One of the things we noticed when we got this case, and we didn't notice it right off the bat, we didn't notice it until we were actually putting in the graphics card, is that the case itself is bent. We noticed that it had some damage up in the top. And we're gonna finish the build, but I have to acknowledge that we're gonna return it because this band made the back part of the case warp out. And when we were initially putting in the graphics card, we thought that it just wasn't going in right. We weren't putting it in right, so we keep pressing down and we kept pressing down and we kept pressing down. I don't know how delicate these things are. We won't know until we power it up. But for now, one of the concerns of mine is that we might have fucked up the graphics card. We're gonna boot that out. Just try and install it. But as of right now, it's installed. You know, you remove the little back panel things so that the HDMI ports could pop out. Which, by the way, disclaimer, if you're using a dedicated graphics card, you really want to use those HDMI outputs. I know that the motherboard comes with its own, but if you use the ones that come with the motherboard, your graphics card is going to go unused, and your computer is going to be processing your graphics, which would make your graphics card useless. Right, as you can see, we already mounted our motherboard. We plugged in our graphics card, and we plugged in all our cables. We're about to plug in the hard drive, which is the part we didn't show you because we were testing it out. There's a little things that look weird on it, but basically this is one of the clips that comes with the case. And you just pop your hard drive in there. And when you pop your hard drive in there, it just goes in as such. For a power supply, honestly, I didn't really do the math. I just went with the guide, and the guide asked me to pick the 650 watt Corsair modular, power supply. So that's what I went with, man. Let me just unplug it and we'll put it inside. So we went ahead, we put in the power supply, we ran all the cables. I know it doesn't look like the cleanest setup, but keep in mind that this case is damaged and I'm most likely gonna be returning it. So that's why I don't really care about the wiring right now. But yeah, all the wires are plugged in. Let's turn it on and give it a go. Just gonna go over here and put this on and hopefully everything turns on. If it starts smoking, we know we did something wrong, man, And there you go. Everything seems to be turned on. There's a little light on here. The little fans are going. It seems like the computer is making do. Do the do. So far, it seems like everything's going well, but we gotta plug it into a monitor to see what the computer's doing, because I actually don't really know what's going on right now. I have nothing to give you the information that I need for it. So we're gonna take this computer, plug a monitor to it or a TV, in our case a TV, and we'll see what it asks from us. I also forgot to bring a mouse and a keyboard, so even if we did plug into a monitor right now, we don't really.
Hey guys, so after I finished building the computer, I took it back home and I plugged it into my monitor and I got it to work. I installed my copy of Windows, I got everything up and running, and I was soon editing and processing and uploading videos on YouTube. And surely enough, here we are today. So thank you guys for sticking around this long. Please feel free to like and subscribe. Comments are always appreciated, and virtual high fives all around. Thank you guys, and you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on whatever time you guys are watching this. Access level out.